Noise. Continuing on. Continuing on with the spider assassins. Augustus, hello man, how are ya? I'm doing really good. Doing really good. Just ate a mini pizza right before the stream. And just continuing on with a little spider picture here. What the? Yeah, pretty chill, having a pretty chill time overall. I did a little miniature paint before I started the stream. I still got to move forward with that project. I just don't want to stream it right now. But eventually I will stream that too, but right now I'm taking a little break off of streaming the paint. But it is moving forward. Other things are moving forward too. Still very dedicated to the whole learning to program. Been doing that daily. You know, just doing a lesson here and a lesson there, kind of like trying to more. I'm just kind of slow down from trying to develop anything and just kind of slow down into like understanding more. So that's kind of where I'm at.
More than words can say. If I didn't care, would I feel this way? If this isn't love, then why do I thrill?
I've also been hearing things about Claude, the Claude agent or whatever the programming thing is, and I thought about using it because it can maintain the entire context of your code, I guess. But at that point, am I even making the game? You know, like if that's true, of course I can't find my eraser. If that's true, and I can just tell it to make things, am I not at a certain point? Just the thing is making the game. I don't know. It's a moral issue that I don't. That's right. Good thing about not being in a hurry or having high expectations is that you can take your time and have fun. Very true. Very, very true. Very important to keep in mind that, it's chill. It's chill. It doesn't. Not like nothing matters, but it's just. I know a lot of projects kind of get like they go into kind of like these they don't get finished, but that is an issue. But I think I will I don't know, we'll see. For me it's more learning and stuff, so I'm probably making a big mistake in trying to make something too elaborate, but
If this isn't love, then tell me, why do I thrill so much? And honey child, what is it that makes my head go round and round, while my heart just stands still so much? If I didn't
Hmm. Oh, Future Oil. I didn't even see Future. What the? Didn't see Future Oil. Welcome. Laser tag spiders. True. Nice. How's the weather over there in Britonia? But I'm just gonna move this project forward slowly, and I do think I've again stretched myself a little thin, but I think it's important that I don't know, I need to, there's stuff I need to finish in the background that I need to, like, it's getting pretty warm. Yeah. It is, you're right. Like I'm not looking forward quite draining. Yeah. Yeah, because you guys aren't used to that, right? Like in England. No, you're right. It can be draining. I'm trying to not use my AC as much as, like, I'm being very frugal. Because I have solar panels, but I have enough solar panels to where it covers the cost of, like, it'll cover my electric usage so long as I don't run the AC, like, all crazy, like, you know? So that's kind of, like, the issue there with that, is, like, I'm going to have to use it for the dog. When it gets hotter, I'm gonna have to basically have a room for him so he can, like, but if I cool down the whole house, that's gonna cost like $1 million an hour. I'll wait for I Don't Want to Set the World on Fire to play on your radio. You're I don't know if you're gonna hear it because this is music from BioShock. And I believe it was Fallout 3 that had I Don't Want to Set the World on Fire. I just want to light a flame in your heart, or whatever. However it goes, I like forget now, but yes. But yeah, it's the weather the hot weather can be draining, especially like the sleep. Like once it starts affecting your sleep, that's when it kind of really kicks into the next sort of stage of awfulness, right? We'll hope for like an easier, maybe like this will be an easier summer. Maybe we'll get off light with like just 80, like if it stays in the 80s, it's gonna be okay. The music I mentioned from Fallout. The music I mentioned is from Fallout. Right? Yeah, Fallout. But I think you're gonna not hear it because, like I said, it's this music is not Fallout. It's from BioShock, so you may not hear it. But if you do, then that's great. I just think you won't. But sometimes they just put tracks in there, you know, regardless of whatever. I'm just saying, don't hold your breath, but it might come up. The scene from Blade Runner that you sent, I watched that movie again just last night. I like that whole philosophical question of, you know, what are we, kind of thing. It's very fun. It's very fun.
duck, he won't be lonesome. And the doggy will have a good home.
I know a cool riff you could play. Don't think it's copyrighted. Nice. Is it heavy metal?
How much is that doggy in the window? I do hope that dog is for sale. I read in the papers there are robbers with flashlights that shine in the dark. If he has a doggy to protect him, he'll scare them away with one bar.
My dad got hooked on that movie. I watched it when I was a kid. It kind of traumatized me. Gonna go see Mom first time in a month. Gotcha. Of course, metal. Yeah, I just don't want to play metal on the stream. It's too... I just, like... I'm very picky about my metal music. I do like some heavy metal, but it just isn't, like, the vibes I'm going for the stream. This is more like a chill kind of vibe. Lexus the Corgi's here. Nice. Longer and longer I draw, for the more I start to actually feel like I love the craft. Okay. I think I'm starting to get more into that mindset where long-term drawing does, when you are in early point, you are very stubborn and you are wanting something from it, but as you get further away, right. And careless about the future, but more about the yes. I think I get what you're saying. I think I understand. Did Augustus know there was an interview, a star from Blade Runner last week? Zora from Blade, hold on, my brain is like, did Augustus know there was an interview, a star from Blade Runner last week? I was like, oh, on the internet? So, I don't think he knows that. Augustus, do you know that? I didn't know. I'll look it up. Yeah, I guess there's... Also, the dude from Starship Troopers died the other day. The, not the main guy, but, like, the guy who was his competitor. The pilot. Very sad, very sad. We have Panktimadi. Panktimadi? Are you guys excited for the new Mando and Grogu movie? I can't wait. I don't even know if I know what you're saying. The Mando and Grogu movie. Can someone jog my memory? I don't know what that is. Had a chance to ask her some questions, but I asked too late. Oh no. What did you ask her? Isn't it kind of crazy though how things have played out in a sense, because like movie stars used to be like stars, they were up there and you just saw them on magazines, and now they're like on YouTube like giving interviews. Like, it's just so wild how they're not like separated entities anymore that just like live up, you know, far away somewhere in some magical Hollywood land. They're just on YouTube now, or Twitch. I mean, like that guy, like the guy that was brought up the other day, Don Lemon, right? Like, he's on Twitch, I guess, right? Like, it's like everyone's like, it's like the whole. There's no more like you're on TV or you're not. Like, it's. Everyone is everywhere now, kind of. And people who are famous to some are like like you take 2 steps to the left and like other people have never heard of the person you think is like the most famous person ever, right? There are a few holding out, but there's like Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt. Like, there's a couple people that are still like A-list star celebrities that still have a little bit of orbital gravity from the past. They've accumulated enough mass that they're still like sort of famous, but you can see the light slowly fading from them too. Damn dude, may he rest in peace. Yes, a Mandalore, I suppose. Mandalorian and Grogu. I mean, it's part of the Star Wars franchise. Oh, are they making a new Is that a new movie, or is it a series like Mandalorian? Well, I couldn't think of anything decent to ask. Eventually, I thought I can ask her about Ridley Scott, but it was too late. I didn't have my poop together. Right. I like Star Wars. George Lucas is the GOAT. I do like Star Wars, but I'm not a big like, I don't trip over myself to like go watch the movies or anything, but I like it, you know. Grogu is Baby Yoda. Oh, okay. Yeah, see, that's how little I know. I'm just very like, you know. I didn't like how they made like Master Chief had black armor in Star Wars. I didn't like that. You know. I saw an interview with an actor who was in the Avengers. He commented, in the old days, people idolized actors. Now they idolize the roles the actors played. It's true. In the old days, people idolized the actors. Now they idolize. Yeah, it's weird. The switch was weird and sudden. Yeah, it's very weird. The shift is weird, you know. I guess it's kind of cool, right? It is cool how you can just sort of, like, if you're just obsessed enough and hardworking enough, and like you have just very low inhibition. Is that the right word? When you don't feel like shame, like sort of like you can kind of just, anyone can grab a phone and kind of make themselves famous if you're just willing to, like, you know, grind it out and just do whatever it takes. Like, anybody can do it. The barrier to entry is like super low. I think that's interesting too. It's a movie. I might check it out. I haven't seen a Star Wars movie in quite a while. So, is there a trailer out already, or if there's a trailer, I'll check it out. Star Wars was better when Lucas was handling the production. Ever since Disney had it, it's not as good. I've heard that sentiment a lot, right? I think a lot of people say that and feel that. However, I would also like to add that I've seen a lot of like sort of interviews and like people basically saying that George Lucas was somebody that, like, it's sort of Star Wars like became successful in spite of him. Like, every idea, like, basically people were flying around him, orbiting him, and swatting bad ideas out of his arms. Like, he would have butchered that movie. Like, that's what I heard. I don't know if that's true. Is that like it was either his wife or somebody was there and they were like, absolutely not this, and they just kept steering him away from every bad. Lucas has enough money. He's good for several. Well, it's not about the money. I think sometimes you're just done with a thing, right? Like, he made the most legendary franchise of all time, arguably, right? I am a little bit upset, like, this era, like, this Disney era. I'm not even, like, I think it's alright. I was really, like, kind of looking forward to it, to be honest. Before, like, I knew stuff. Like, I was like, oh, you know, Disney's gonna buy, they have so much more resources and they're gonna, like, develop it. And it like, did, but it's just like I just don't care. Like the movies aren't that bad or that good enough for me to like care. And I was like, maybe I'll get in and be like a Star Wars fan, but I don't know. I guess that's just the thing is it didn't really do it for me. Like I'm just not really into what they did, but I also don't think it's that bad. Like it's fine. It's fine. Star Wars is fine, I guess. But yeah, as far as like money, yeah, he's probably good with the money, right? What do you guys think? Like, because Star Wars is an American franchise. Do you think like a franchise can cross over into a territory where it becomes like a matter of national, like, I don't want to say security, but it sort of is like it is soft power in a certain sense. It is like like Star Wars used to be a thing where everyone has to go see it. Like it's a big deal, right? Like it's a, you know. Yuri, can you find generic, horribly mixed metal? No, I'm good. Yes, they've been releasing new trailer every month now. I have to check it out. Looks promising. Yeah. Yeah, it's, you know. I wonder how we'll go. I wonder how we'll see the newer movies in 10 years. Like, it's weird now, like, thinking back on, like, the newer movies with Rey, like, how we'll see it in the future, you know? Like, are we gonna hate it as much as, like, because it seemed like people hated it. Like, I remember there's, like, YouTube was just, like, in an uproar about it. You know. But we'll kind of see how it all shakes out. George is an idea man. He needs others to rein him in. It's the name of the track, but it's the name of the track, but it's pretty good. Yeah, but I just kind of don't want to play metal. I don't want to play metal. Being a bit of a jerk, thank goodness Actor lost their prestige. They're kind of worst people in the world. To be fair, though, I think do you think they're bad people, or do you think they turn into bad people just from the being treated like royalty, right? Like, I wonder if it's they always were bad people, because I think if you start out, if you do a childhood actor kind of thing and you start being treated like royalty from an early age, I think there's like a 0 chance you'll kind of be like a good, not a good, you know, like a normal person, like fame and money at an early age. Although you look at a lot of these people and it's destroyed them. You know what I mean? It's destroyed a lot of them. At the time I was furious. There's a YouTuber who did 35-hour review. Really, the films were terrible in every way. Or you're saying the Star Wars films, you're saying? Jen, hi Hooks, hi Slippy. How's it going? Hope you're having a great day. There's a really stupid movie, but I think it was kind of public confession about Hollywood. Analyze that. I might have to check it out. Might have to check it out. I hope you're having a great day as well. Thank you. Going to Costco soon. Oh my god, maybe you'll run into Future. He loves Costco. That's all he ever talks about. He brings it up every other stream. I think they think they're some kind of nobility because they are. These people are a total mafia. You mean the Hollywood people? Yeah, I mean, when you get, I mean, you know, that's kind of how the cookie, like, if you get treated like royalty, I get it, like, that's what you be, you know, you're going to kind of, I think the prequels were the peak of Star Wars. They just couldn't make the sequels as good as the prequels. Honestly, I wasn't a huge fan of the movies with Rey either. The prequels, right? I can see why, and I know people didn't like the prequels, right? Like initially, and that's why I said, like, how are we gonna look back on these movies? Because like people like now they're adorned as like these like really great films, but at the time I remember people were like also not liking them. Although I liked them because like I was really young and I was like and I was just blown away. You know, when you're like younger, like those movies were like really advanced looking for their time. Like if you compare like the prequels visuals, like they were so ahead of their time. Like things mostly look the same now. Like they look higher fidelity, but things kind of look the same overall. Like the look is still the same, but the prequels were like, you know, they moved things forward a lot. I think personally. But yeah, so I don't know. I watched the first Star Wars films, like not the prequels, but like the original from the 70s, and I thought they were kind of like, honestly, like looking at it as a non-Star Wars fan and analyzing it, I kind of thought they were a little goofy, not in the bad way, but like for some reason I thought they were more serious, but like I was watching them and they're like, these movies are pretty like goofy, kind of like, but I don't know, I like them. I just read some comments from the song. Someone wrote, this sounds like how dogs piss smell. Future Oil says, watch out for baggage checkers and 70-year-old receipt checking weirdos. Well, they gotta check your receipt. They gotta check your receipt. Here in my country, things are even clearer. There are 50 actors and musicians who have taken over the entire culture. Only those they want get in. I kind of feel like, is that not like is that true though? Because like, who watches mainstream like anything anymore? Everyone's on the internet in their own like little world. You know what I mean? I feel like there isn't really a national anything. Like most people just like they know their language and then they go on the internet and go find their like little group that they associate with and hang out. And that's I feel like there isn't, you know, there isn't really like it's hard to hold on to a cultural monopoly. I'm sure there's like boomers in Brazil, right? That like still adore the stars or whatever. Like they still like watch television or soccer or whatever. But like most people, I think even my age and younger for sure, they don't even like know, like to them like old fame, you know, like the Tom Cruise era, like it's all not even a thing. I think they're just like saying skibbity and like I don't know what they're into, but
witness the origins of the most important discovery in Rapture's history: sea slugs, the incredible invertebrates that led to the creation of Adam. On display now at the Mermaid's Landing Aquarium.
I mean, I believe of late not drawing anything. I feel comfortable drawing because if I draw only comfortable things, I don't actually learn that much. Interesting. I think most foreigners are more into it than us. Because I agree. More like most foreigners are into it than us. Oh, because like we're on the inside. Yeah. I think there's still probably some, like I said, like there's a few people hanging on to like old fame, but like I said, it's a gang. All these guys own billion-dollar businesses and ventures. That's why they lose billions and face no consequences. But you're saying it's a gang, but like I don't get what you're saying. Like they're how are they enforcing other people from becoming like musicians? Like is the government? Is it like they're government approved? Like not officially, but like you're saying like they're sort of let in there to like allow. I mean, Darth Vader being Luke's father has to be the biggest plot twist someone has dropped in a movie. I was blown by that. I think people were just skeptical at first because it was so different. You think that there wasn't movies before that did that? I'm not being funny. I have no idea. I feel like somebody would have done that idea, right? I don't know. But yeah, you're right. It's probably like it's a good twist for sure. Yuri and Jen, do you guys ever play Jeopardy? Like, together, or just in general? Like, I've heard of the game Jeopardy, but I don't... When I was a teen, I would play along while watching it. I don't know why, I never did well, but I did enjoy playing. Oh, it's not a game you play together. Okay, I thought, like, I'm like, is Jeopardy like a box game? Oh, sorry, you're talking about, like, that show where they spin the wheel or whatever, right? Sorry for being, like, super dumb. The answer is no, I never partook along with the show. Never appealed to me. Visually! Welcome! Hope you're having a great day. It's embarrassing, like, I forgot what Jeopardy was. Like, I thought you were talking about, like Risk or something. Like, then I remembered, I'm like, yeah, that's not a game you play together, I guess. I'll try to comment on the worst crimes. And there are many. They dominate everything. Owning brands and studios. But those aren't crimes, right? And they're the ones who can finance projects. But you're saying crimes. Like, you're saying, like, the artists, the musicians in Brazil, like, kill people? Or to, like... I've never watched a whole episode of Jeopardy, but I intend to. Nice. Yeah, I'm not a hater of Jeopardy. It never seemed like it would appeal to me. Like, any of those game shows, I'm like, I just couldn't care less. I'll try not to comment on the worst crimes. Oh, okay. Why are the artists and musicians so, like... Like, it sounds like it's, like, the Brazilian ones, like, you're making it sound like they're, like, bad somehow. like really bad. The wheel spin? Yeah. There's full episodes on YouTube. Yuri only likes playing Candyland? True. Slippy is actually boring. I don't know why my brain liked it. I can see, like, why old people like it, right? Because it's kind of like, it's familiarity, something's happening, it's kind of like bingo, right? Like, I've always thought it was, like, so depressing, like, watching old people sit in, like, rows and play bingo at the end of their life. I'm like, please don't let that be the way my life ends up being. It seems that I would, like, why can't they play a video game? Like, it's, I don't know. When I get old, I'm gonna build, like, I'm gonna go back to Fallout 4 and, like, all those bases I never built, I'm gonna build them. I played along with that one as well. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Is that the one where they ask you, like, hard questions and I played off them? Yeah, I never know the answers to any of them. I would lose it, like, right away, basically. That's my problem, is I'm, like, not good at knowing stuff.
Don't you tell it to the breeze, or she will tell the birds and bees, and everyone will know, because you told the blabbering trees, yes, you told them once before.
I answered the questions that I could get. I could never answer any of them. Might have been because my dad watched these shows. I always felt like my dad was the smartest guy in the world. It makes sense as to why I'd watch TV with him. Yeah. Augusta says, trafficking money laundering, murder, association with criminals, tax evasion, prostitution.
Now don't you tell it to the breeze.
And the same goes for Hollywood. You think they murder people? I mean, like, I'm sure there's elements of that, right? Like, people get murdered where there's big money, but like tax evasion for sure, right? But when you're writing things off, like when you're doing your expenses for your taxes, like, aren't you evading paying taxes? Like, when you're, I never understood that. Like, at what point is like me writing, say, my expenses, like, at what point is it tax evasion? I've never understood that. Association with criminals. That's easy to do. I feel like that's kind of an easy one to do. Every job I've ever worked with, no, like I've had jobs that like would hire felons and stuff, right? And so I was forced to associate with criminals. Murder, never done that one. Never done that one. The guy from Blade didn't pay his taxes though. Oh yeah, what's his name? I watched a bunch of stuff about him. He was like really bad to work with. Like, by the time they got to the third movie, he sat inside his trailer and they just like cut all the footage to like make it look like he was in the film, but like he made it like really nightmarish to film that. Like, by the time he got to the third movie, he was just like so high on his horse that like he was really difficult to work with. I hear, right? I don't know. Maybe I hope he comes back. Like, I hope he like picks himself up and is like ready to like, because I like the Blade movies and he had a good thing going there. You know, if he could just like kind of get over his ego and or whatever was going on, and yeah, Wesley Snipes, that's right. Sniper, yeah, Snipe, yeah. No way, I didn't know he was a diva. He was a super diva. Yeah. There's a thing on YouTube about how difficult he was to work with. I think it got worse as the films went on because he sort of realized how much power over the franchise he had. I think, right? I don't know. Maybe he was awesome. Obstetrics is a branch of medicine particularly concerned with what? A childbirth, B, broken bones, C, heart conditions. Oh, obstetrics. I'm gonna go for C, heart conditions. I have no idea. I know a lot of like medical words have Latin roots, so you can like guess things if you know a little bit of Latin, but I don't know any Latin, so there's that. Should be the movie night. That should be movie night movie. Blade, such a good movie. I think we can do Blade probably. We can probably do Blade. That was a good movie. So I think the second one. I really like when they had the split jaw zombies. That movie was pretty cool. These guys are insane. They're famous actors who created cults and slept with thousands of women. Some of them disappeared. Well, who's that one guy, allegedly? The guy who was in the Blade Runner, the newer one. He's also a musician. He kind of had the same thing where he has like a cult with women, and they all like wear white when they go there, and he kind of gives them like these spiritual teachings, and probably has a lot of sex. It looks like they're enamored by him. I forget what the guy's name is, but he You think all of them? You don't think when you have like hundreds of options, you don't go like you. I don't know. I feel like eventually you'd start getting like real picky, right? Like, I don't know. That seems like that's the natural progression. Like, options creates pickiness.
Where would you put them?
Ryan just hates competition.
You know as well as I do, these decisions come from the entire Central Council. If you can't trust the Council, who can you trust?
I suppose you're
Jared Leto, let me join the cult, please. Nice. When you have all the options, you go for the exotic. No, what was the answer?
Into each life some rain must fall.
You see the answer? I said heart condition, but I don't know.
Into each heart,
Obstetrics is concerned with childbirth. Damn.
but someday the sun
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I think it would help if I knew a little bit of Latin, like, you can figure stuff out that way, because you would know the origin of the word, but
in their heart.
yeah.
But
Unfortunately,
another
I don't know.
shower
Slippy, I feel stupid. Same.
some rain.
But you're not stupid, you just don't know what you don't know.
But too much is falling in
Into each life some rain must fall.
Luckily, I never have to have kids. You know?
Much is falling in mine.
Super hard question. That was a hard question. You'd have to, like, know stuff. Like, a doctor may not know that, you know? I don't know.
But someday the sun will shine. Some folks can lose the blues in their hearts. But when I think of you, another shower starts. Into each life some rain must fall, but too much is falling in mine.
Into each and every life, some rain has got to fall.
I'm gonna have 100 kids, collect them like Pokemon?
Too much of that
That's a lot of kids.
into mine. And into each heart,
That's a lot of kids.
some tears.
People used to have like 19 kids. Can you imagine?
And I know that someday
You'd really, like, you would start to, like, forget their names, right?
some folks can lose the blues in their heart.
But when I think of you, another shower starts. Into each life some rain must fall, but too much is falling in mine.
Which Blade movie had the split jaw, people? I think the second one, if I remember correctly. I think the second and the third one. The first one just had normal vampire drama.
Beyond the sea, somewhere waiting for me.
I feel like they're all good though. If we did skip one, I'd have to watch the first one my own time beforehand. Oh, gotcha.
Beyond the sea, she's there watching for me. If I could fly like birds on high, then straight to her arms I'd go sailing. It's far beyond the star, it's near beyond the moon. I know beyond a doubt my heart will lead me there soon.
Speaking of having 100 kids, Jen, they have a thing, I believe it's in Germany, they have like this, they're basically building like this huge womb, like it's a womb factory, where I guess you have the female egg and the sperm, and they make the baby for you inside of like basically a test tube baby, like science fiction test tube babies in Germany. So I don't know. I don't know if your body can take making 100 kids, but if you did want to go down that road, you're gonna have to stop by Germany because they're trying to figure out how to, I don't know, mass produce people. I don't know, but like test tube babies. Can you imagine like being born in a laboratory, and then you get shipped in a crate back home, like via like an Amazon drone comes picks you up. Augustus says it won't work. A uterus isn't just a balloon. You don't think the Germans know that? I think the Germans know about the uterus. I don't know anything about the uterus. I get what you're saying, but I feel like they know you gotta stick a few hoses in there or whatever, you know what I mean? But they did cloning with sheep inside of like those plastic bags, right? Like, or am I inventing? I feel like when they cloned sheep, or did they even, they use like big plastic. You need 9 months of emotional connection with your mother. Augustus, I completely agree with you. I think test tube babies are like a terrible, terrible idea. But if you're a tech bro, like you need completely disconnect. You know what I mean? Like you need like you can adopt your poetry. True. They'll create even more abomination. Thank you. Which one of these religious observances lasts for the shortest period of time during a calendar year? Ramadan, Diwali, Lent, Hanukkah. I'd adopt a little Chinese baby. I'd love to adopt a little Chinese baby. Same, yeah. Everyone should have to have a little Chinese baby by default, right? I hear they're not. I think China is like not making enough Chinese people though. They're like they have too many men, and like because of the one-child policy, they have like 1 billion man per woman, and they have like a deficit of like men getting married and stuff. So I think like we're not getting our Chinese babies because like. They don't have enough Chinese babies. I'm gonna marry Jipochi, bring him to the States. Nice. There you go. This question is tough. Yeah, I don't know. Wait. Religious observances last for the shortest period of time during the calendar year. Ramadan, that's the Muslim one, right? They seem like they take their stuff really seriously. So I'm gonna say probably not that one. That one probably lasts a while because they're like super serious about stuff. Diwali, is that the Indian one? Not really sure. They seem like they like to stretch out their holidays. I'm not really sure. I'm gonna go with Lent because I don't know. Yuri, have to guess. Yeah, I'm gonna go with C for Lent. I just know like Muslims, they're like serious about that stuff. They probably pray for a while. I don't know. Then Hanukkah, I don't know. I don't know about that one either. But my guess is C, Lent. My cat woke me up saying you were streaming. Nice. Kulia, welcome. The answer is Diwali. That's the Indian one, right? That's the one from India? I don't know. Length is long. I don't even know what it is. But yeah, I like these questions. I guess like now we know. Wait, what was the answer? Hmm. Diwali. Lent is it's a Catholic thing? Oh, okay. Lent is one where you fast or skip on meat. Oof. Mmm. Oh. Why did it do that? That's crazy. Um that was a weird thing to add to the end of a motorcycle. No, that was like the end of the music. They for some reason decided to slap that in there. Yeah, I don't know too much about Catholics. They're cool people. Sounded like a fighter jet. Yeah, it was pretty. Julio, I'm a carholic. Are you saying you're a carholic, like you like cars, or were you trying to spell Catholic, or are you really or oh you are a Catholic? Is that true? You guys are like Christian adjacent in the Philippines? I don't know. I know some people say like Catholics aren't Christians. I don't. I'm not even being funny. I have no idea. Like I've heard like that they're like not or whatever, but you can correct me on that if you want. I didn't even know like man Christianity spreads fast. I thought you guys like believe like I when I imagine the Philippines, I imagine like pagan stuff, like more like trees and stone, like worshipping the like what you know what I mean, more like the paganish stuff. I have no idea. I had no idea you guys were like believers in the Jesus. Spain brought Catholicism here with sword and fire, right? No, I'm just kidding. Catholics are the classical Christian. Catholics are the classical Christians. For 1700 years, Christianity was either Catholic or Orthodox. Catholics are classical Christians. Interesting. I mean, I know the split between the Orthodox stuff, which a lot of like the imagery seems very Catholic, and they have like saints and stuff. I think, right? I have a couple. My grandma would send me these like oil painted like icons of like saints and stuff. She was an atheist, but I think she wasn't because towards the end there she was like really. She was sending a lot of like mixed signals with like the religious stuff. Like she would send me like a lot of like religious iconography to where I was like I don't know what she believed really, but she would say publicly she was an atheist, a materialist atheist, but towards the end there she was really sending a lot of pro Jesus propaganda, you know. Just kidding, guys. Ramadan 29, 30 days. Diwali 5 days. Lent 40, 46. Hanukkah. Oh, is it? Was I saying it wrong? It's Hanukkah, right? Hanukkah. It's Hanukkah. I just realized I read it wrong. I read it like Hanukkah. I should put these in order. Nice. Grandmas are always sweet. Nice. The problem is that, as I told you, the world ended in... You have a way of phrasing things, Augustus. Like, the world didn't end. Because if it ended, we wouldn't be here, right? Or do you mean as we know it? Because that's what they did with the Mayan calendar. Like, a lot of the Mayan calendar people, they did that trick where they were like... They're like, okay, so, like, everything's gonna end on whatever, 2012. And then 2012 came, and I'm like, so where's the end? And they're like, well, it ended as we know it. And I'm like, okay, but that's not the end of the world, right? Like, that's you're cheating when you say. It's like saying I died, and they're like, but you're still here. It's like, wow, my cells, like, every day, like, thousands of them die. I can't remember the exact details, but at one point in European history, the monarchy is Catholic, but the king wants to divorce his wife, and it's not possible, so they made a new religion. So the Protestant is born. That was Henry the whatever, right? That was the English one, right? He kept marrying them, and they kept not making boys, so he couldn't pass on his, like, kingdom. Wasn't it something like that? Was it Henry? And he kept killing them too. Didn't he keep killing them? That was the other thing. Like, why couldn't he just not kill them? Why was the rule like you have to kill them? That was what weirded me out about it. It's like, I don't know. The world really did end. All the world's greatest empires fell. Tens of millions of people died. They were 400 years of telephone off the hook. And there were 400 years of telephone off the hook. Mine was Hanukkah. I was close. The world's largest cities were deserted, and people from all corners of the globe became pirates, barbarians, and mercenaries. I've never heard of what you're talking. I'm sure you're not wrong. Maybe I've never heard of this. Like the world. I'm sure there was like a lot of collapses of, you know what I mean, like. And then like everything kind of went into like dark mode for a while, but that's not like the end of the world as I understand it is like. Everyone dies, kind of, right? This is what they call the Dark Age? Why didn't you just say that? If you said the Dark Age, I would know what you're talking... Everyone knows the Dark Ages, right? Like, I would have known... Just, you have a way of phrasing things where I'm like, wait, what? And then it's like, oh, the Dark Ages, yeah. No, things were really messed up then. Mark's teen file says 8th England. But what about England? Nice. At the closest point, which island group is only 50 miles southeast of coast of Florida? Bahamas, U.S. Virgin Islands, Turks and Caicos Islands, Bermuda. You guys will probably know this one. You get which island group is only 50 miles coast of Florida? I honestly don't know. Oh, Henry VIII, England. Yes. Nice. It was, yeah, it was, I knew it was like the English, it was like the dude that just, he's like, nope, no girls, sorry. Honestly, I have no... My geography is pretty weak. Like I said, I only know the geography of Europe because of the Total War game. So like outside of that, it gets very fuzzy once you like leave the European continent. Like I have no idea what. Like I know America's to the left of that. It was definitely worse than anyone imagines. 400 years without art. No, produced, but somebody was drawing on animal skins or doing crude tattoos and carving into stone. I know what you mean. I know what you mean for about 400 years with no art, but they did. Everyone does art that wants to do art. It just doesn't have to be like oil and stuff. Without foundry work, without architecture, just savagery. For many, the world went back to the Stone Age. Like after the fall of the like Roman Empire or whatever. Is that yeah. Bahamas. I should have said Bahamas. I should have said that. Damn. Way off did come to mind. I guess Bermuda. None of us are. You gotta lower the difficulty, man. You're asking like the top, like you know what I mean. You're asking questions where you have to know stuff. Like you need to ask like stuff about video games. I don't know. Like you're asking. You're turning the difficulty way too high. I was going to say something else, but I'd rather not make any dark jokes. These are big money questions. Oh, are they really? Are they like the ones for the bigger dollars? But the point is to understand why empires fell everywhere at the same time. It was 10 years of winter, 5 years, 1/10 of the harvest. I think. Well, I mean, all empires fall, right? Like, I think the thing is that like. Yeah, I don't know. I think like empires they just always kind of go down the same kind of greedy expansionist mode, right? Like, and they dilute the. I mean, I know you're referring to like a different thing with the 5 years without the sun. I don't see how anything could have survived without the sun, but. This stream just popped up randomly on my YouTube page. I'm a little confused, so let me ask. Is our host Russian? He's Belarusian? True, true, true. Empires usually fall due to corruption, internal conflicts, true. In which case about 40 different people abandoned their lands and became nomads because there was no food. 40 different peoples abandoned their lands, became nomads. And as if that weren't enough, a global bubonic plague epidemic broke out. Damn. That sucks. That sucks to suck. But yeah, hopefully now we're at a technological era. That's why I kind of don't like this idea of like shutting down nuke plants, because it's like that's the only kind of like answer we have technologically to like prevent the like if you have nuke plants, you can kind of keep limping along if you don't have the sun, you know. I'm not really sure like why like you have to have them, right? It's the like the only way to produce that much energy without consuming like a bunch of natural gas and coal and all that. I almost guessed it. Not far from here. Nice. Yeah, I live in America now, though. Just to be clear, I'm not broadcasting this from. Some of your comments are getting cut off, Augustus. They showed up here on the left, but they're not showing up on my chat for some reason. I think there's issues with chat. I'll just read it off of here. 100% I have a theory that these are semi-secret groups. Wait. I have a theory that there are semi-secret groups in this world that desperately want 99% of people to die. Well, they're probably like the thing is that there's everything out there, right? Like everything exists. Like I'm sure they didn't succeed during COVID. Oh man, we'll get back to COVID, but because that's kind of an interesting one. But people to die, disappear. This is very old. The thing about COVID though, like they were, if you're trying to, let's say, use that as like a way to lower the population, you're releasing it onto yourself too. That's what kind of makes me think like, I just don't think that's a good way to do it, because then you're like, okay, but how do I not die? And if you turn up the dial of like how deadly the disease is, you're also going to like increase your chances of dying, right? So I'm like, that's why I kind of don't think that the COVID thing is like was a way to just get rid of like a bunch of people, because I'm like, yeah, but like you're gonna, you know what I mean? Like, I'm sure like like those people are kind of like cowardly, right? Like they're not like these people who are gonna like chance it like that. I don't know. What do you guys think? I just don't think COVID was like I think they were whatever they were doing, but I don't know. At this point, the matter becomes religious and spiritual. Deep down, it's the work of good old Satan. Nice. He's always up to no good. That's Satan. Construction of which of these famous landmarks was completed first? Empire State Building. Ooh, I think I'm gonna get this one. Royal Albert. Eiffel Tower. Big Ben Clock Tower. Okay, so Big Ben sounds English. Which one? Famous landmarks completed first. Okay, so Empire State Building has to be like later. That's in America, right? You're gonna say D. I'm gonna say because the Eiffel Tower is kind of more recent. I actually didn't know that, like it was. I mean, not recent, but it was like it's not ancient like I thought. You know, I guess it's a steel construction. I should have assumed that it wasn't. Yeah, so I'm gonna go with D too. I think Big Ben Clock Tower sounds like older. No, just to be different, just to stand in opposition, I'll say B. Royal Albert. I don't know what that hall, because that sounds like English and old. That sounds like it's from the old times. Big Ben is pretty damn old, I think. I'm gonna say B just to cover more land out here, so one of us gets something right. That's what I'm gonna go with. Eiffel Tower, Jen, I think you're wrong. You might be right, but I'm pretty sure Eiffel Tower, Eiffel, or however you say it. Sorry, French people. I think you're wrong. I think that that's a more Empire State Building, and they're definitely like I think newer. And then Mark says B. Mark says B. Yeah, anything like old and Royal Albert Hall, that sounds ancient in English. I'm like, that's got to be old. Answer is D, Big Ben. So you were right. Okay. Yeah, I got it. Nice. Yeah, I was gonna say D, but I'm like, it's okay to be mean to French words. Nice. Mr. Augie is a Catholic, right? I have no idea. Mr. Augie is a Catholic? I have no idea who that is. I'm not Mark, I'm Katerina. Are you from the Ukraine or something? Or like I'm just saying Mark because like that's what your name is. Nice. Regardless, nice. Because I remember Big Ben was around Sherlock Holmes times. Oh. I kind of like this game. The questions. I'm from Russia. It's all good. Gotcha. I figured with a name like that, I'm like, it's got to be one of those three countries. It's either Belarus, Russia, or Ukraine. Hard to blend in. Yeah. I can't complain. Belarus was pretty good to me. I had a good time there when I was a kid. It has its moments. Empire State Building, 1931. Is it really 1931? Eiffel Tower, 1889. Royal Albert Hall, 18. Yeah, 1800s. Wow, Big Ben Clock Tower, 1859. Damn. These questions need to keep getting easier to where it's like, what thing was built first, the Empire State Building or the pyramids? Like, they need to be even simpler. They're still too hard. Yuri, you should have gone with your first guess, lol. Well, like I said, I wanted one of us to get it right, and so I knew it's gonna be one of those two, and so I went for D just to like, cause sometimes it's not about accuracy. You just want to sometimes you just want to like send a large enough volume of fire in the same direction to hit something. So like my strategy was more like, if we all guess a different answer, one of us is gonna win. You see what I'm saying? It's not. It's more like, it's kind of like the 18th century like Napoleonic warfare. It's just like, if you just have enough rifles pointed in the right direction, you'll hit something eventually. It's a lot of how I live my life. Mark, I haven't made it that far in my studies. Yuri has only taught me hello so far. The question was worth $125,000. I would have taken it more seriously if you were going to give me that money. I would have taken it more seriously. He's the worst teacher. I get the strategy. Nice. I might know another word, just forgot. Yeah. I think I knew past tense, mom. You'll get there. You just gotta practice. You'll remember them. Which of these cetaceans is classified as a toothed whale? Gray whale, minke whale, sperm whale, humpback whale. This question is worth a quarter of a million pounds. Gray whale, minke whale, sperm whale, humpback whale. I don't think the whales. Um, yeah, they don't have teeth, do they? I'm gonna go with. Hmm. I'm going for a humpback whale. Um. I honestly, like, I have no idea right now. I'm just gonna say gray whale, even though I don't have like a good gauge on it at all. I'm just gonna say, I'm just gonna say that. Well, I think my Twitch is not updating my chat for some reason. It's really. Let me redo my chat here. Augustus says I'm a terrible Christian. I've only messed things up my whole life. Eh, you'll get there. Is this Who Wants to Be a Millionaire game? Yes, yes. Yeah, we're playing that on YouTube. Yeah, sorry, my Twitch chat was messing up. I'm too stupid for the questions. Same. Julio, thank you. Thank you for the dancing dinosaurs. Sperm whale is the answer. Okay. The funny one. The one with the funny name. Yuri won. Did I didn't say the sperm whale. I think I said gray whale. I think I said gray whale, so I got it wrong too. In the time of Constantine, a sperm whale terrorized the seas. It was a true story worth a horror movie. Nice. Can you imagine, like, that's your problem? Is like a fish decided to harass you for like ages. Things got so bad that that nobles either stopped traveling or made a journey 10 miles longer to avoid the creature. This is worth $500,000? Who is the only British politician to have held all four great offices of state at some point during a career? David Lyad George, Harold Wilson, James Callaghan, John Major. Alright, bye guys. It's late here. Mark the channel for myself. I'll be back in that Terminator thick accent. Oh god. Nice. Alright, thank you, Mark. Thank you, Katerina, I think it was. I think you said. We appreciate your you hanging out. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say A, because his name is the longest. I'm gonna say A, because I feel like people with a longer name probably do more stuff. I don't know, it just rings like a motivated fella. Smart brain thinking. James Colligan? Colligan? Nice. Sure, he's a nice fellow. Nobody was gonna get this question right. Yeah, I don't know too much about British, like, history like that. That seems... You'd have to be a real nerd. You'd have to be, like, a super, like, nerd to, like, know, like, that kind of stuff. Million-pound question? Alright, I gotta get this one right. In 1718, which pirate died in Battle of the Coast of what is now North Carolina? Calico Jack? Blackbeard. Bartholomew Roberts? Bartholomew Roberts? Captain Kidd. I'm gonna go with Blackbeard because that sounds like the coolest one. So I'm going with B, Blackbeard. I need to get this one right because I could use £1,000,000. Actually, wouldn't hurt. You'll go with A? Okay. Is Jen still there? I think it's Blackbeard. I feel like I've heard that name before. Reaper says C. He's going with Barlow. Oh, you know what? I'm switching to C. Because he's like into this stuff. He's like into this kind of stuff. I'm switching to C because he probably did research. Where's Jen? Let's give her another couple of seconds. Okay, if you didn't do research, then I'm going with Blackbeard again. You just want £1,000,000? Oh, did I really? Was that the correct answer? I'll take it. Nice, thank you. You can just wire the money to me. Or however you want to do it. PayPal is fine too. We take PayPal. Oh, was I? I was like, my camera was off this whole entire time. Oh, Blackbeard. Yeah, I'm like, I've heard that name before. That sounds like somebody that would F people up. You know what I mean? Nice. I changed. Did you see me like panic and change sides there a couple of times? I'm like, Reaper is like into this stuff. I don't know. He seems like he would know. But I just feel like I've heard the name Blackbeard before. I'm like, it's got to be that. It just sounds like a mean guy, you know. Blackbeard sounded too obvious. It did sound like a Disney name, like the Blackbeard. It did sound like a Disney name, but I'm like, no. Let's just go with what feels true right now. That honestly, that's how I did. Like they didn't have Jack Sparrow in there, or like whatever. They didn't have like the guy from Pirates of the Caribbean, because I would have picked that. Because I'm like more familiar with that even. Johnny Depp should have been like one of them. The only pirate I know. Did you guys know that Johnny Depp, he said he never watches his movies, which is, I think I would watch my movies. For sure. You better believe I'd be watching me. Especially if they let me be in the next Starship Troopers movie. I better be in the next one too. He really existed. He was greatly feared. I think he was very successful pirate for over 30 years. It's a good career. You work for yourself. You got to bring your own equipment, unfortunately, but I hear good things about piracy. And back then, it wasn't like today. Like they can't just spot you with a satellite and just, it was a lot harder to kind of do do people in, you know. I call them entrepreneurs. All the actors say they don't watch anything they do, and they also mention they don't watch movies. Uh, you think that's true or what? Like, I feel like I would watch my movies. I guess I don't get it. Jen Jen says I have to go now. Costco time. All right, Jen Jen. Thank you for being here. Thank you for playing. I think it's true. These people have their eye on the bacon. Oh, you think but don't you want to see how you did, like how it looks in the context of like how it looks at the end of the day? You know what I mean? Like what the like I'd be way too curious. Like I'm like I gotta see like what I thought of it, and then like what it looks like on screen, right? Like just for that reason alone, like not even just like not even just from ego standpoint of like how awesome it would be to like, right? But I'm just saying you still want to kind of like research and be like, let me. I heard Tom Cruise watches one movie every day. I hope that's true, and I hope that the movie he watches is his own. Like he watches his own movie every day. Like he just like he goes up to like Tom Cruise library. Like today is like The Last Samurai. I don't know how that's possible because like I've had things like that too, where I would be like, okay, I'm gonna do whatever thing every day, and then like sometimes you just can't do it, and like whenever my streak breaks is when I like kind of give up on it. But sometimes like you know you have a 12-hour day at work and then you gotta go do whatever, and then you have another thing, and then before you know it, it's like okay, like I'm tapped out. Like I don't have time to do an hour of something a day. Just it's impossible to do it every day. Not the same. No, not the same movie. I mean, like I'm saying, his own movies. Like every day he watches one of his own movies. Yeah, of his different movie of his. That's how I see Tom Cruise. Is he just like? I feel like Tom Cruise likes himself. You know what I mean? He brings that little box, like he probably has like a stepping stool to like library of movies he has. You know, because he's short. I'm making a short joke. Anyway, and then he gets on that, picks one of his movies. Stands on the box. No, I'm just kidding. He's not that short, actually. I think he definitely has seen his own films. I think so. I think Tom Cruise has seen his own films. An actor's life is pretty boring. It must be fun for the first 3 years. Is it pretty boring? Have you worked in manufacturing? It's like 1,000 times. Because an actor's life, let's say you make a movie and then you have 6 months off while you're waiting for a project. Is like what you go buy a sports car and like race it. Like how you just make up whatever you want to do when you're not filming a movie, right? Like I'm sure they have movies where they're on set for like 12 months or whatever, 8 months, but between that you just cater to your interests. I don't think I think their lives, especially if you're like non-egotistical and like you manage your money well, it's probably like a really good, interesting life. You meet a lot of talented people and stuff, and I think an actor's life can be really good. I just think it's understandably mismanaged because people treat you like royalty and you have money and fame and stuff, so it kind of skews your perception. But I think it would be an awesome, I'm saying like famous actor, not like modern today. I'm sure like there's a lot of them that don't make really good money, but I'm saying if you were like kind of could handle it, I think it'd be an awesome life, because your life would be whatever you want it to be, essentially. Must be fun for 3, but after that, the guy must think all my free time is for me to have fun. Oh my god, that's terrible. That's terrible. It's like, I don't know. I've worked in manufacturing, and I'm like, no, it's awesome. He looks at the dailies footage filmed he looks at the dailies. Right. Well, yeah, I'm sure they review like the footage with the director and see if they want to reshoot or whatever. But in practice, it's like spending your life at the airport. You're contractually obligated to give 200 interviews per film. You can I'm sure that's true. You're not wrong about that, but I'm sure that can be negotiated with your manager. Like, you can just not say you're worth 50 million per film or something. I'm sure you can be like, we'll do 47. I'm not doing the interview. I think they like the interviews. I don't know. I think they like the people want to hear my opinion kind of like energy. I don't know. That's what I think. Because I'm. Well, I guess the interviews are for promotional stuff. That makes kind of like sense to have them talking about it and stuff. But I wouldn't want to do travel and interviews and stuff like that. That seems that does sound like an exhausting life. You have to suck up to a lot of detestable people. Same everywhere. Same everywhere. I'll take the money. You're gonna have to suck up to a lot of detestable people regardless. The fans do. In a very short time, they come to hate the fans. I'm sure there's truth to that, but I'm sure like thing is though, like, okay, so like I think they kind of love the fans and the paparazzi and stuff, like, because the actors who don't want it, you can move to a state where you're pretty much never going to be recognized, or like like it's going to be hard to recognize you. I think they stay in places where like not every time. I'm sure it gets boring for some people. It is like they don't want it for realsies, but they have to stay in Hollywood or like back in the day, but I feel like they do want it. I feel like they want to be like, oh, no paparazzi. I just hate this. But I think they stay in those situations because they actually like love it. They feed off of that, like, because it's so easy to get away from all that, right? Like it's not that hard to kind of disappear. Runner Bean, what the? Let's do a shout out real quick. Thank you so much, man. Shout out. How was the stream? How was the stream over there? We had like a super fun time here. We played Jeopardy. in chat, we talked about the everything. I mean, we covered like a lot of history. It was fun. I'm just slowly pushing through my like little spider project here. Hello again, nice. Was good, thank you. We drew a scene from Love, Death, Robots. Yeah, they got some good episodes in there. I did like that. They had a couple good ones. I freaking love this drawing. Oh, nice. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to be slow. I'm trying to be like deliberately slower than usual. Like it's not even that I'm like I'm trying to like slow down with my rendering and just kind of like not be sort of like not try to push the productivity and just kind of take it slow and just, you know, I don't know. That's the angle I'm trying to push and see if that'll improve the overall quality. Because I feel like sometimes I get on here and I try to like when I draw, I try to be like the 4 hours of me streaming is like I just like work the entire time, and I'm like, there's no reason to do that really. It's fine if I don't push out a piece of work like super often, you know what I mean? Like, so it's, I don't know. That's kind of how I feel about it right now. I'm just like not trying to be hyper productive anymore because there's nothing. It's not like I already have enough timelines in my life, right? Like we all have enough things that need to be done by a certain date. So like this is not going to be one of them. If you're holding a pistol like this, your thumb, your thumb would be here, going towards the index finger. So like your thumb would be kind of coming out this way. Sorry, this is a kind of a difficult hand position to draw, like when you're holding a pistol with both hands. Slipknot fan says, dang. Finally, I have a theory. I think 90% of money actors earn isn't theirs. Of money actors earn isn't theirs. Like 90% of the money they earn isn't theirs. Well, yeah, I mean, like, I know that some people that get bad agents, they get really screwed on some stuff. I think there's a lot of mismanagement of funds and, you know. I don't know. I don't want to pretend like I know too much about it, but I think that, yeah, I think that there's a lot of like, even if they're successful, they may be like they just burn through the money. You know, it's easy in that world to probably burn through that money pretty quickly. You know, this picture is turning out good. Like, now that I'm kind of looking at it, it is a fun picture. It's going in the right direction. when Robin Williams died, they said he was completely broken in debt. Did they say that? I thought he was just like depressed or something. I don't know if you know, he was one of the highest paid actors of all time. I thought he went through a lot of like depression, like Robin Williams, sorry. I thought he was just depressed. He might have been broke, but I don't even see him as like the kind of guy that would spend the money. I don't know. Augustus, and there's this detail too. Why do so many actors end up locked in a small room smoking crack? I don't know. It must be good, right? I don't know. I don't. Is that true? Many actors? I don't know. I think it's like because you're in that world. That's just what that world is. Like, you get introduced to that stuff. You know, so it's kind of like the high of, like, when you're going up in the ranks and you're becoming famous and the money's coming in is good, and then you show up to some parties, someone gives you a little crack, seems like a good idea, or whatever, cocaine, and then, like, you know, your habits expand, and then when the money runs dry, that's when you're in a small room. You know? I just think you have to be, like, super careful, like, if you're in that world. That's just how... Wolfgang! 3 stream streak, thank you. Someone passed the crack. Someone passed the crack, please. True. I think it's like with anything else, like even like with me and coffee, alright? Like when I start drinking coffee again, there is that honeymoon period where the first couple of days it's like you just feel amazing, you know, and then it just like falls off the cliff and you just drink it constantly to feel anything. And, you know, to me, this is the behavior of someone who has had a life full of trauma. I think that's true, but the thing is, I don't think that... I heard that too, like, remember that stat of, like, Vietnam veterans that did drugs? They, like, when they went back home from the war, they, like, got undepressed and then they, like, stopped doing it. So I do think there's, like, drugs and trauma kind of, like, correlation, but I do think there's, like, people who are whose life was, like, completely steady and, like, they grew up in a normal family. Drugs happen and they had just like the right genetics for everything to, like, you know what I mean, they just like fell off a cliff. I don't think it's always like one thing, but I do think trauma definitely helps to like kind of make a slippier slope, like it lubes up the slope for sure for that kind of stuff. Not to get all sad. In which video game? Slipknot fan, nice. In which game franchise launched in 2000 do players simulate daily activities such as pursuing career, relationship? Oh my god, The Sims. D. How much money is this for, by the way? How could someone be so stupid that they wouldn't know the answer to this? To be fair, Roblox, this might be a trick question because Roblox is very open-ended. now. It's more of a platform, and you could build that inside of Roblox technically. But I'm still gonna go. I'm still gonna go with The Sims. The Sims. Nice, yeah. I knew you'd love this question. True, I would. Is that a real question, or did you come up with that? It's a real question, worth £4,000. Nice. One of the early ones before they got tougher. Gotcha. Yeah, that sounds like an easy one. To be fair, like you could get got if you're like a normal person. I guess everyone knows about video games now, but like I can see like someone. I mean, you could just not know about that, but. Boro's unparked right now. Nice. Are you being followed by any strange people? My little one got car sick. He puked his guts out. Oh man, that sucks. One of the grossest things I've ever had to deal with was like, I worked at Walmart one time, and they had like some kid threw up. And then, like, for some reason, like, of course, maintenance was gone. Like, they weren't answering the radio, so they called me to do it. And I was like, a cart pusher. And then they were like, and then like the imagine this, like the smell of the throw up was like like the stench of it was like super sweet. Like clearly, like this kid ate nothing but candy for like hours. I almost threw up just from smelling the sweetness in the air. It was like, yo, like. Feed this kid some real food, Jesus. We're waiting in the Walmart parking lot for the wife to buy stuff. Gotcha. I always have a car sick when I was young. I always got car sick when I was young. This is why I can't play FPS or watch people play. Really? Oh no, Coolio. Maybe that's why you're so smart, because you didn't waste your youth playing video games. Is that a frame rate issue? Can you play like 2D games, or you just said FPS games, right? Like I wonder where my life would be had I not been able to play FPS games. Like how many hours I wasted shooting at people. For some reason, between 2010 and 2018, I had to do so many disgusting things that I became a veteran. I can play others like platformer. I wonder. Yeah, I know other people who they get like seasick from video games like that. Like, I'm sure you couldn't use VR, right? Like VR would like fuck you up instantly, right? But I have like, if I don't play video games for a super long time, and I jump on the game, I'll get a little sick, but it goes away after the next day. But yeah. Mardi Gras is an international equivalent of which of these days? Bonfire Night, April Fool's, Pancake Day, New Year's Day. Mardi Gras is that one with the beads, right? I don't know. Mardi Gras. I'm gonna say April Fool's Day. I'm really not sure at all. VR might make me puke. If you get headaches from shooter games, you're gonna. I can't even read books while traveling. That's interesting. So like, even the thought of moving forward, like if you're on a train and you're like, the idea of moving forward or seeing like out of the side of your eye, like the land moving next to you, like that gives you vertigo, or like, are you saying that? Like what? Like if you don't know, like if you don't look out the window, can you read on a train? Or you're saying, or is it the idea of moving that's messing you up, or is it like you watching something go by that mess you up? I'm sort of curious. Augustus, do you know the question on YouTube? I don't know if he's there. He says nope. He does not know. I'm going with April Fool's Day, but I'm pretty sure I'm wrong, but... These questions are very niche. I think that's true. I think you're right. I have the worst luck. I'm driving in the parking lot so my kid doesn't lose his sheet. Suddenly a big Walmart semi-truck starts driving behind me. Follows me through the parking lot. Wow. Now he parked close to me. You really do have the worst luck, man. I think being in the place while seeing yourself moving in peripheral vision makes my brain confused. Gotcha. Have you ever sat in your car and had a car next to you pull out, and then like you feel like you think you left your car in neutral? Like, have you ever had that little panic attack when you see a car next to you start moving? I had that. It was very embarrassing. The little flabbergast of... It's like I'm an a-hole magnet. You really are. Like, it seems like every time you like leave your house, something really strange will, like, somebody will follow you. I don't know how much of that is your imagination and how much of that is like actually happening, but it's like... Nobody got it? Pancake Day? Yeah. I don't get how Pancake is like Mardi Gras, but I'm not even sure what Mardi Gras... I think the Mardi Gras is like the bead... Like, you drink alcohol and everyone wears beads, right? In like that one city or whatever. Actually, let me do a story. Like, I'm gonna put this on my stories on Instagram. It sounds nuts, but it's true. Oh my god, let's do a shout out. Check your back? Maybe someone stuck a message on your back? Oh no, it's been like that for years for this guy. Let me do a shout out for Ben here. Shout out Ben. Thank you so much for the raid. Unrecognized. Bam. Yeah, I hope you had a good stream. If you wanna throw your Insta in here, please do. But no pressure. Welcome Raiders. Yeah, hope you had a great stream. I'm literally parked in the emptiest part of this giant Walmart parking lot, and suddenly cars are starting to park around me. Lol. They like box you in so you can't leave. Let me do it. Let me post this to stories really quick. I gotta get the angle right. Were you an actor at one point in your life? Maybe you're famous. What if? Oh my God! What if Future Oil he was a famous actor, but he got hit in the head, and he forgot his identity. So the government gave him a family and an identity, but so he doesn't remember who he is, but people do remember, and that's why they keep following him. That'd be kind of a good movie, right? Future Oil. Maybe like you're famous. They found your hidden tapes. Shrove Tuesday and Mardi Gras are the same day, Fat Tuesday before Ash Wednesday, serving as the final feast before Lent. Shrove Tuesday, popular in UK, Ireland, focuses on eating pancakes to use up dairy eggs, while Mardi Gras French of Fat Tuesday, popular in France, USA, is a larger festive carnival celebration featuring parades and indulgence. Nice. While a small pack of geese were marching towards my vehicle and moving. It's like a Seinfeld episode where I'm Kramer. Nice. Seinfeld, that was an old show. I heard it, but didn't watch it. I heard of it. Oh, it was a decent show. I never watched it either. I like it was on, but I was never a Seinfeld watcher. But I didn't mind it. If it was on, I wouldn't turn it off, but I didn't seek it out either. I know a lot of people liked it, so it's very good, very funny. It's very ironic, roguish style humor. Oh, Seinfeld, yeah, it was a good time. That's from back when TV was funny. I haven't had TV for a while. Once I found out the internet, found out about the internet, I just went there and watched everything I needed. There's even a joke: if you remove the laugh track from Seinfeld, it stops being a comedy and becomes a story of four psychopaths ruining the lives of everyone who gets close to them. That's probably true. True. I didn't even know Seinfeld is funny, or maybe the humor just isn't for my age at the time. The show The Nanny is funny. I don't think I've seen that one. Guys, the humor doesn't exist anymore. Being funny is old school. The other day I watched Naked Gun series again. Really, really funny to see jokes that I didn't understand as a child. Did you see Naked Gun? Wasn't there a Naked Gun 2 with like the guy with the because me and Jipochi watched the Naked Gun, and I'm pretty sure it's the same movie, but it had to be because if you're saying, yeah, Lion, yeah, Lion, whatever his name, yeah, the guy who was, he's always looking for his daughter that keeps getting lost. Anyway, it was actually really funny. Like, there was a lot of moments that actually, like, it actually did make me laugh. Like, I was very surprised by, because like a lot of comedy, like I used to watch a lot of stand-up comedy on TV, and then like a lot of it has become really bad. I think, like, I don't know, I don't really can't remember the last time I like really laughed at any, you know, or really enjoyed a stand-up routine. To be honest, I used to really love that stuff, and like, so that Naked Gun, I think it was the newer one. Pretty sure there was, unless we did watch the old one, I just didn't know. Anyway, it was. I thought it was really good. Like overall, I thought it was. At first, I can't imagine that guy being funny. Yeah, well, they play on him not being funny to be funny, if that makes sense. Like, they lean into that. At first, I thought that, like, when the movie first started, I thought the movie was like, I thought he was like a superhero with weird powers because of how it was playing out. They showed like an action scene. And I'm like, oh, is he like you just can't, like, you know, I thought the movie was like doing that or something, but it wasn't. It was just that silly. You know what movie I need to watch and find is the Watchers. I've always heard really good. It's about these vigilante, or is it Watchmen or something like that? I forget what it is. It's kind of like these vigilantes with powers that, like, I don't know. I guess it's a dark story or what, a sad dark story. But I want to watch that. I've always heard really good things about that. The original is hilarious. Don't miss it. I might have to check it out. Oh, Liam Neeson, that's his full name. Unless I already said it. I don't think I said it. Yeah, Liam Neeson. He's pretty funny. Well, I get, that's the thing. I agree with you. I can't imagine him being funny, but like, he is. The superhero movie is pretty decent. The superhero? Oh, the Watchmen? Or whatever? Is that the one you're referring to? Because I heard it was an anti-superhero movie. Like it was like a sad movie. Yeah. If I ever find a way to see it, I'll check it out one day. That's true. I don't think it was very successful at the time, precisely because it has an adult. It was an adult movie. Hmm. I've never seen that series, The Boys, but it has a premise showing we turn into monsters. Yeah, I haven't seen The Boy. I know it's supposed to be very over the top, violent and stuff, but I just haven't. I don't know where to even go to see it. I'm more into like right now. I'm really into like this like movies. Like I'm waiting for The Backrooms right now. Like that movie looks really good. I'm super anticipating that, and I'm anticipating well, like just movies like The Backrooms and just like weird films like that just have intriguing concepts. That's kind of like what I'm really kind of yearning for, is like just give me a good like interesting concept that's like Superman real. In a couple years he would become a demon. Right, like yeah, if you were Superman, I hope not, but probably, right? It just depends on who you give that power to. I don't think everyone would become a monster, but probably most people. But I think there's a select few. Like I think, in terms of like historical people, I think George Washington, he had every opportunity after whatever to like become sort of the king of America, and a lot of people would have accepted that, but he gave like the power back to whatever Congress or whatever he did. He was like very, I don't know, he was like one of those people that could have stepped into the dictatorial post-war kind of phase, and he just kind of like saved America from instantly becoming an empire. he like gave it another 200 years. So there are select few that can withstand that, but it's rare. There's always that dynamic of Superman. He's gone too far, surrender and go to prison. Unless he was a saint, he'd say surrender. Kneel down, you insects. Well, he doesn't have to, like, make people surrender and kneel down. He can just continually ignore everything they like. I would, if I was Superman, like I probably would just say, like, I'd just show up for a photo shoot. Like, people would probably just pay you to do interviews, right? So you don't have to worry about money anymore. And then I just wouldn't do what they tell me. I'd be like, you know, I'll just kind of float around Earth and go see places, I guess. If I were Superman, I would give an interview saying, okay, I'll start by killing 50,000 of you, and I'll give the world back to the people. Wait, what? If I have to come back, I'll be the worst dictator in history? Nice. Okay. I don't think that, I don't think like doing that would help. You know what? I don't think like that would even. Like I don't think that you can fix. Because if like bloodshed like could fix anything, like it would have already like fixed humanity. But like it does, like 50,000 is just like, that's not even. It's like a drop in the bucket, like versus like what humans kind of do. You know, it's like not even like. That's like a starter pack. You're not even gonna go in history with 50,000 bodies, bro. Like, a footnote, maybe, but I thought there was a spider next to me, no way. I'm seeing things. That bolt, I thought it was a bug. Never mind. $50,000 are the worst, very worst monsters and dictators. But didn't you say you were going to become a dictator at the end of it? Oh, but you're the good one though. I think they all like. Well, I don't know. It's hard to say, but I think a lot of them think they're good. Like, I'm not sure, but I think a lot of them think that like there are far more middle managers than 50,000. Yeah, you're gonna have to bump that number up to like we gotta start with 500,000 minimum. It wouldn't work. They already tried. Yeah, 50,000 isn't gonna move the needle. Like, Alexander the Great tried. He swept through Greece, Asia, East, the East, Egypt. In the end, his friends killed him, and after that, there were 200 years of war for control. Did his friends kill him? I thought he died. Did his friends killed him? Did he go out like that? I forget. Yeah. But I wouldn't think of like Alexander the Great as the solver of bad things. He seems like he was just a better like bad guy. Like he was just another like warlord with a better army, like with a more, you know what I mean? Like I don't necessarily like I'm not a hater or whatever. Like I get that he was like a good general, but I don't think of him as like somebody that had like, you know, I think he was just trying to get his name in the pages of history, like, kind of. That's what he was doing. He wasn't really a builder of systems. He was sort of a conqueror, kind of like the Mongolians. They just swept through and kind of like, once he went away, like, there was no foundation under that, like with the Romans and stuff like that. I think that's kind of how I think of Alexander. Sort of like he was an impressive warrior, you know. They say he caught Nile flu, but obviously he was poisoned. You think? I don't know. I don't know about like knowing like what happened back then. Like it's hard to know. He was a monster, but he did indeed kill 90% of predatory nobility of the time. Hmm. And so that by default you think like improved the overall. It would have been kind of cool if that library he built didn't burn down. It would have been cool to kind of have those records, you know? What all they had collected there. Julius Caesar also, he tried to conquer Rome by force, but without going too far, this led to 50 years of civil war, and his nephew Augustus Caesar killed 2,000 Roman nobles. This resulted in Roman peace, but afterwards 90% of the emperors who came after were insane psychopaths. Yeah, how do you stop that, right? Like, it does seem like that does happen, right? Kanak says, "Yo, how has life been? It's been great. Just chilling, drawing, working on projects. Not a whole lot of not a whole lot new. Just continuing the same old grind, honestly. Right now, I kind of have a project in the background of cleaning out my garage enough to get my car in there, and so yeah, I've been like working on that a little bit every morning, just kind of removing things, and partially because I hate getting in my car and you can't touch the steering wheel because it's like hella hot. So before the summer really gets going here, I want to get my car inside the garage. There is no way out, no solution. Nice. This world is a matrix. Nice. There's a hidden evil that always returns. True. There is no logical solution to the problem. Yeah. See, I kind of think like you ever like not have problems for a second in life and then you invent them inside your head. I kind of think humans are like sort of. It's sort of like that mouse utopia thing where just everything goes crazy if you solve all the problems, right? Like all the things you're trying to solve, like once you do, your brain just goes, yeah, but what about this other problem that you have that I just made up for you to, worry about? And so I just think humans are conflict, like mathematically designed by nature to be conflict driven and paranoid and jealous and like angry. Like we're just designed because like how do you get things to move forward? Like how do you get people into space? And like you need ego and you need like I you know what I mean? Like I'm against all that stuff. I just don't know like what can you do. I don't think you can have peace with humans. It's just we are like that's just the game. That's just what the game is. You have war and then people learn lessons and then like almost immediately forget them and then war and then like That's my take on it. I just think we're here to be like, you just can't. You just like don't even feel bad. There's nothing you can do. Like it'll just be good and then bad and then good and bad. I do enjoy like this technological era is like vastly preferable to everything before now. Like I do like this tech. Like this tech era is like an interesting time to be around. Like I don't want to be. I would not want to go back pre-industrial revolution. No, thank you. At this point, the subject becomes spiritual again. No matter what we do, no matter what the world is like, it's always a force whispering in everyone's ear. Yes, like I said, I don't think you can solve like your brain. Like people will like it's kind of like that in the movie The Matrix when they were like when they built the model for the Matrix being like Eden. And people like rebelled against it. I think humans are like that. Like it's not that there's anything wrong. It's like we'll find the wrong, like, or if it's not wrong, we'll break it until it's wrong and then fix it, and then there'll be a new ideology to like rebuild it again and then break it. So that's just the only thing I want is like we need as humanity like before we like if we are meant to learn all the lessons and become like one with the universe or whatever and like become like a Star Trek civilization when we're like more not we're like I do want to have like one Roman Empire in space and then after that we can learn like learn everything and become at peace. Like once we just need like one of that and then we're good. Just one more of that and then after that we're done. But I do want like Roman Empire in space. That would be cool. Yeah, but even in that scene, Agent Smith's speech is literally the same speech as Satan's. Wow. Is it? I don't know. I'm not like I didn't follow up. I didn't translate all that. I think in a situation like that, Star Trek would become Warhammer. How do you figure that? Isn't Star Trek they're non-interventionists or something? Like I didn't watch Star Trek, so I'm sorry for my ignorance, but I would like to see like just like I said, we'll just do like Helldivers and then we'll be good after that. I'm like I just want to do space wars and then after that we're good. Like I don't care. We can become peaceful and the wrong voters must be dealt with. Well, I think, yeah, for managed democracy, yeah, I think that, like, we need, like, voters, sometimes they're well-meaning but are just wrong, and, you know, until you get a democratic 100% vote for something, it's a failure of managed democracy. It just needs to be corrected, but it doesn't always have to be. Now, if you see a consistent pattern of wrong thinking, then yeah, you have to re-educate them. But by the way, we're just joking. For those who don't know, we're joking about Helldivers. This is all a joke. I just realized how dryly I said all that. I'm like, I hope they know. I think they know. Well, that's how I know. That's how I know. What's his name? Kim Jong-un in North Korea. He got 98% vote. So that's how you know the system works. Like, if he wasn't great, why would you know what I mean? It's like, sure, you're gonna have a few dissenters, but they'll be dealt with. If they don't know, then we must re-educate them. Yeah. I think there was a Soviet Soviet saying. It was something along the lines of, "If you don't know, we'll teach you. If you don't want, we'll make you." And that kind of, you know. It's funny because we are 2,400 years later thinking about the same old problems. The next step is to think about representative republic, aka Rome. Yeah. I think it's clear that democracy is failing and it needs a managerial class. I don't know, guys. I don't have, honestly. I don't think you can build. I don't know if you can build a system that is sort of bulletproof. Like, I think America, like, for all of its flaws, I do think America is, like, for a second there, like, it got close. Like, it really had, like, a good thing. Like, not that it's not now. I'm just saying, like, obviously we can see, like, things kind of get corrupt over time, but I think America, like, really was, like, the best experiment ever. Like, even like, I can offer criticism, but, like, it really is, like, you know, a good thing. Like, overall, like, when you zoom the graph out, I think America has been more good than bad, on the overall sort of grand scale of things relative to other. So that's my take on it. The Republican eagle, which everyone thinks is a symbol of America, but it's actually a symbol of Rome. Yeah, the eagle keeps coming up, right? I had a quarter here somewhere. This eagle, this is the one. Let's take a look. You just keep seeing it. It comes up. Sorry, I had the paint on my fingers from miniature models. I'm not painting my fingernails, but yeah. You're gonna see this guy. We're definitely gonna put these on the side of our spaceships for sure. These eagles, they're gonna be on the side of our spaceships for sure, no doubt. For the Republic. Anyway, guys, I'm at 3 hours. I'm gonna bounce for the day. I super appreciate the attention and the raids. I hope you guys had fun. But yeah, I'm gonna bounce. I gotta work. I gotta go back to work. I usually work in the morning and then I work the rest of the day after I do my short little stream. Anyway, guys, I really appreciate all the fun Roman Empire talk. We love the Empire talk. Love it. But yeah, we ultimately, I'm a managed democracy guy at heart, Thanks for the stream. Yeah, thank you, Wolfgang. Thank you, everyone. Y'all have a great night. Work on Sunday. The only day I really have off is Saturday. That's the only real day I have off for reasons. But basically, yes. Like, I work not a lot of hours, but it's daily. You know what I mean? I don't work like 12 hours a day, but it's like every day I gotta do things. It's a pleasure to hang out with you, man. Good night, everyone. Thank you, Augustus. Thank you. All right, guys, have a good one. Bye. I can find the buttons.